Good morning, everyone. Coming up on Good Morning Maine today, we'll have the very latest on a police standoff in Milford. New details. 2 people are now facing charges as a result of that standoff.
Plus, we'll hear what Bangor is doing to help the homeless population ahead of the cold winter, and a vacant building in Skowhegan will soon see new life as a shared kitchen. Sorry, we were a little late getting our ducks in a row this morning, so I had to read off the iPad. But good morning. Welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. That's a neat story down in Skowhegan, too. They're taking a vacant building, turning it into a shared kitchen that everybody can use.
Yeah.
Going to help budding businesses, that sort of thing. We'll have that coming up. But first, a check of our forecast. Yesterday, a very warm day around here. Record-breaking day for as far as warm weather in several Maine communities. Looks like the warm trend will continue. Not quite as warm as yesterday, but overall, not a bad day ahead today.
Nights are still kind of chilly, at least. So
yeah.
I have my AC unit in still, so it's like days are hot, but I'm shivering
right,
at night
right.
without it even on. I need to deal with that. Okay, let's throw it over to Devin Biggs to get a look at that forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. Need the proper fit or experiencing foot pain? Visit us across from Irving and Newport. Alrighty, let's get into things this morning. We have some showers that are developing across the state this morning. They're tracking from the northwest going to the south and east. They'll miss most of our viewing area. We'll stay dry today as we'll see a lot of sunshine with just some clouds that will be developing from time to time. As you do zoom things out, this is all ahead of that boundary that's off to the north right now, helping to push in some warmer air. Today will be another warm day again after some record high temperatures that were set yesterday in the low 80s. So for today, roughly a partly cloudy sky. Overnight tonight, some fog and clouds will be building in, and the clouds will be lingering around as we head towards your Thursday. The winds won't be a huge deal either, roughly at around 5, maybe up to 10 miles per hour in a few spots. They may start to pick up just a little bit more as we head towards your Thursday. Sustained winds at least up to around 10 miles per hour or so. So for today, not too bad, upper 70s and a partly cloudy sky. That south wind getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Overnight, middle 50s, partly cloudy, areas of dense fog on the way. That south wind getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, lower 70s, mostly cloudy as those clouds will be lingering around. Maybe some fog early as well. That south wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, a partly cloudy sky, temperatures in the upper 70s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
2 people are facing charges after a standoff in Milford on Monday. 45-year-old Ernest Newson of Utica, New York, and 35-year-old Brian Corvino of Milford have both been charged with robbery and with a firearm. Newson was also charged with aggravated trafficking in drugs and violations of conditions of release. Maine Department of Public Safety spokesperson Shannon Moss says for the past several months, investigators with the Maine Drug Enforcement Agency and the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office have been investigating suspected drug activity by individuals residing at 92 Bradley Road in Milford. She says late Monday afternoon, law enforcement became aware that a person who was believed to be at the residence to buy drugs was allegedly held at gunpoint and robbed by Newson and Corvino. During a search of the residence, police found a 9mm handgun and a BB gun that closely resembled a semi-automatic weapon. Moss says the investigation is ongoing and more arrests are possible.
Meanwhile, a Bangor man has been charged with arson in connection with a fire at a Brewer store. At 1:30 in the morning on September 22nd, a fire was reported near the entrance to Parity Shop and Save in Brewer. When Brewer police arrived, they found a fire near a wooden bench in front of the store. Investigators from the State Fire Marshal's office were also called in. Video surveillance showed a man setting fire to a stack of newspapers next to that bench. He was later identified as 34-year-old Brendan McCourtney of Bangor. McCourtney is now being charged with arson and criminal mischief.
A man with a long history of sex crime convictions has been arrested again. The Somerset County Sheriff's Department says 48-year-old Christopher Cates of Bingham was just arrested last week for crimes involving a child. He's accused of having unlawful sexual contact and other charges involving a child in the town of Moscow earlier this year. According to the Morning Sentinel, Cates was arrested again Friday after investigators determined he was contacting the people involved in the sexual assault case. He's now facing additional charges of tampering with a witness and violating bail conditions.
Well, some very good news from the Hamden Department of Public Safety. Officials reported on Tuesday a 4-year-old boy who was the subject of an intense search last week has now been released from the hospital. The child was being cared for at a preschool when he wandered away and ended up in a neighbor's backyard swimming pool. The staff found him and began resuscitating him before he was rushed to the hospital. Officials say he is now recovering well and shows no signs of problems. He's expected to make a full recovery.
The state fire marshal's office has wrapped its investigation into a fire at the Holton Airport last month, but wasn't able to determine how the blaze started. The Holton Fire Department responded to the fire at 66 Industrial Street just before 8 p.m. on Tuesday, September 19th. The Maine Department of Public Safety says the building was a World War II era hangar that had been converted into a usable space for several area businesses. The fire marshal's office has completed their investigation, but due to the severity of the fire and the completeness of the burn, the cause of the fire is undetermined.
As Bangor's homeless population continues to grow, the city is looking into ways to move people off the streets and into permanent housing. Our Grace Blanchard has more.
Homelessness crisis.
We're down to one encampment out at Camp Hope behind the Hope House, and there's no set timeline on getting those people rehoused. It's being efforted.
This past year, with assistance from the Department of Housing and Urban Development, the city of Bangor was able to clear an encampment of people from Valley Avenue along Kandusky Extreme with a goal to provide as many as they could with permanent housing. Despite facing resistance from landlords, the city was able to help 9 households enter permanent housing and several others temporary housing. City Manager Debbie Laurie said in a statement, quote, "Many of the agencies remain committed to duplicating this work with the individuals behind Hope House. However, this is a larger group of individuals, and due to staffing demands, the work isn't exactly the same. But the lessons learned remain front and center for the individuals continuing to do this vital work within our community."
We can clear out this land behind me, but it's just going to push people farther out, away from services and away from caseworkers.
Doug Dunbar with the Penobscot County Cares nonprofit says the city's efforts to provide housing alternatives is moving too slow, and they need to find new creative efforts to help those at the Hope House encampment.
Even when we get a few people out of homelessness, we have many more people entering homelessness.
Some of those living in the encampment say they would welcome efforts from the city to help them into permanent housing.
Hopefully soon, and get out of here and into a house and be able to take a shower and have heat. You don't have to be freezing.
Rory Spring says he's been homeless since the beginning of the year.
Fighting over water and everything else. It's very hard and difficult because everyone wants what you got.
City Manager Laurie says the city will continue to work with participating agencies to find solutions to help those in the encampment. In Bangor, Grace Blanchard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Child care providers face a new challenge, the end of COVID-19 federal funding. Thousands of dollars a month helped keep many of the state's child care centers from closing during the pandemic. Owen Kingsley explains the effects this will have on child care facilities and parents.
With an ongoing shortage, parents are already struggling to find childcare that they can afford. Without this funding, childcare providers have to raise tuition. Some are even closing.
To keep our business running and to keep it functioning, those funds were extremely helpful.
The Imagination Station Learning Center in Portland was receiving thousands of federal dollars every month during the pandemic.
You all right, Kaden?
With a worsening teacher shortage, this money was then being used to hire, train, and keep the workers they still have. Without it, many child care facilities have to start charging more.
Now it's looking at the tuition rates that we're charging parents, but that's a domino effect. So our parents are only making so much in their careers, and we're going to continue to increase.
Which in turn means some daycares may begin pricing out parents.
Are you worried about child care centers closing because of this lack of funding now?
Yes. I've actually heard of quite a bit of daycares closing.
Miss Jordan's childcare up north in Caribou recently closed. Around here, some we spoke with say some small-scale at-home childcare centers are closing because parents are now joining wait lists at these larger facilities. The teacher shortage is being felt at Heidi's house in Scarborough, too.
You guys have 9 classrooms here, and right now 3 of them are empty. Is that true?
Yeah, so we're at 2/3 capacity now because we can't find the staff we need to run them.
This is leaving parents with fewer and now more costly options for childcare.
If we could open up those 3 closed classrooms, we could fill them 10 times over with people that are dying to get in here.
In June, the Maine Senate initially passed a bill that would double child care wage stipends from $200 to $400 a month. That bill died after it was not voted into law before the legislature adjourned in July.
Boy, it's already so tough on so many families. I know some, where you have couples working, one of them will say that they're working just to pay for childcare, so it almost doesn't make sense. So some people are actually leaving their workforce so they can stay home with the kids.
I think it's concerning because it's a large majority of couples, and oftentimes it falls on the mother before the father.
Yep.
So there is a gender divide with it as well, which is also very concerning.
Yeah, still a long way to go before we solve that one.
Yep. All right, the time now is 8:11. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, a former shoe factory has sat vacant in downtown Skowhegan for years. But soon it will be a place to create delicious food thanks to a special grant.
But first, let's take another look at that weather forecast. A partly cloudy day ahead today with highs near 78 degrees. Partly cloudy with areas of dense fog overnight, lows dropping down to the mid-50s. Tomorrow, a mostly cloudy day on the way for your Thursday with highs near 72.
When a government-controlled utility took over in Long Island, New York, it made big promises. But what did residents get? Household electric costs increased by more than 50%. Customers' bills skyrocketed with new surcharges. The utility ranked the lowest in customer service, and it failed to pay millions in required payments to local schools and fire departments on time. Don't bring New York's problems to Maine. Vote no on question 3.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
Harvey High is now in session. Today's subjects: biology.
Name an animal with the long neck.
Dinosaur, long neck, yeah.
Let me ask you something. When the last time you seen one?
Anatomy.
Name a part of Steve Harvey that a woman might want to kiss.
Your six-pack.
The six-pack. Does she know who Steve Harvey is? You got to dig for it, but it's in there.
Get schooled with Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
Oh, that's me. Okay. A new piece of life-saving equipment has arrived at the Old Town Fire Department. The department hadn't upgraded its ATV rescue vehicle since the early 2000s. A grant from the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation allowed Old Town Fire and Rescue to purchase an Argo utility task vehicle, which Lieutenant Taylor Haynes says improves their capabilities to serve the people of Old Town and surrounding communities.
It can go through ice, it can go in water, marshes. We have miles of university trails, Pushaw Lake, Mud Pond in our district. So plenty of things that our current ATV just cannot do, the Argo will be able to do.
Lieutenant Haynes adds, with the Argo, they are able to lay a patient flat and start to treat the patient during transport.
They can also do some wicked donuts in it too.
That's an added plus. Yeah, not with a patient on board though, I hope.
Yeah, what a great tool though. They'll put that to use for many years to come.
Wicked donuts.
I know. That's what I would do. I just want to go do some donuts. All right, moving on now. An abandoned building in Skowhegan will be put to use in a very creative way, thanks to a contribution from T-Mobile. Matthew Jaroncic explains.
It's fantastic to get the support from an organization like T-Mobile.
Next to Skowhegan's municipal building lies a property that formerly housed a former shoe factory and newspaper company. This abandoned building will soon be home to a new shared kitchen with help from a T-Mobile grant.
Today, I'd like to congratulate Skowhegan in Main Street, Skowhegan, for receiving the $49,940 to really help create an innovative space for local businesses, local farmers, and people with culinary innovation.
It will feature a commercial kitchen and food stalls where entrepreneurs can rent and sell their food. Community members will be able to walk through and purchase it. Main Street Skowhegan's president Christina Cannon says the kitchen is the perfect addition in growing Skowhegan's emerging food industry.
We think that there's a number of benefits to the space that we're in. One, accessibility. People are able to get here. There's parking. It's in our downtown, so there's already a hub of activities and other businesses. And really, it's going to be an awesome community gathering space.
And this is exactly the kind of thing I'm looking for. By having an incubator, they've allowed me, and people like me, to come in here for a couple of months, make a few things, and see if there's a market for what we're making.
Moore says he believes Skowhegan can become the hub for food entrepreneurs in the future.
We shouldn't be relying on large companies to come in and try to revitalize the community. I think we have amazing people right here in our own rural towns here in Maine, and we should be utilizing our time and our resources to help boost our own people up.
Moore says he expects this shared kitchen space to be open in late 2024, possibly early 2025. In Skowhegan, Matthew Juronsik, ABC7, and Fox 22 News.
Gold's Gym in Bangor has undergone a name change. It's now called Evolve Fitness. The business on Audlin Road has been a popular spot to work out for members and even guests staying at the hotel next door. Gym owner Melissa Smith says it was always her goal when the contract with Gold's Gym ended in February to separate from the franchise. Smith says group classes, personal training, racquetball, and babysitting services will all still continue.
So we're not changing the model a whole lot, but it's just going to give us a lot more freedom to kind of do things the way that we'd like to do them. We don't have to follow certain colors or, rules about what we need to offer, what we can't offer, or things like that. So we kind of get to be more of our own entity, which was our goal all along.
Evolve Fitness offers memberships as well as day passes and week-long passes. For more information, log on to evolvefitnessbangor.com. I love that they offer day passes because I have kind of a setup at home, but there's some days I want to get out of there.
Right. Great for people visiting too. If you're staying in a hotel, you can just stop by there and work out for the day or something.
Great idea.
Not that I would ever do that, but
but you can consider the needs of other
I can
people.
understand why some people might want to do that. Me?
Yeah, the gym isn't as, I prefer to be alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I get it.
And I prefer not to lift weights.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's a whole other story. I should lift weights.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
The time now is 8:18 after the break. Has anybody been out there apple picking yet? Did you notice that any of the apples were unusually large? We'll hear why.
You may have to work out just to lift those big apples,
I think so, yeah.
All right. Plus, Kevin McCarthy has made history as the first House Speaker to be voted out of leadership. We'll have the details as Good Morning Maine continues.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or Vesey location.
What can I get everyone?
The usual for all of us?
Actually, I'll do the special.
Great choice.
Wow, the special? Look at you.
Switch it up sometimes,
I got 4 vodka sodas and 1 Maine blueberry mojito. So, who ordered the special? I'll grab a few more.
It's time to try something new. For more cocktail inspiration, download the Maine Spirits app.
Renovating or building new, you'll find a wide selection of high-performing, energy-efficient, and beautiful windows and doors at Hammond Lumber Company. Your Hammond sales representative will walk you through the showroom displays and help you choose options to create a personalized custom look. Free in-home measurement is available, and Hammond can deliver your order from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Bring your vision and enjoy better light and added security and energy savings with quality windows and doors from Hammond Lumber Company.
Mourinho, open Hell's Kitchen. The American dream. Let's go.
Hell's Kitchen is all new.
Oh my God.
And it's the worst opening night in history.
Get out. Get out. Get out of here.
This was easily the worst dinner service ever.
Then,
come on out.
When teams build the ultimate cat house, it will be a catastrophe.
I am not feeling optimistic.
This is episode 2 and we broke you already?
An all-new Lego Masters, right after an all-new Hell's Kitchen, Thursday on Fox.
We've entered the heart of apple picking season at orchards across Maine. Johnny Maffey takes us to Sweetzer's in Cumberland to find out why this year's harvest is a little different.
7 generations of Sweetzer's have been running this orchard for 211 years in Cumberland. But this season, you need to be ready to take a bigger bite.
Greg, why are these apples so big this year?
You know, we're just growing apples bigger than pumpkins this year. I think we had a freeze on May 19th, knocked off some of the blossoms for sure. So the apples that were left, especially on this Cortland tree, the energy all went into the fewer apples that were on the tree. So kind of an interesting byproduct of that cold night in May.
The staff calls them Hulk apples. The rain earlier in the summer impacted irrigation too. The system was only needed in May.
Tested it, ran it for 2 days, shut it off, and haven't turned it on all summer, which is super unusual.
The 70 different varieties of apples didn't mind the wet weather.
And you also have some other treats and stuff too, right?
Oh yeah, one of our newest popular treats are cider donuts. You know, every orchard is talking about donuts.
I had dessert first this morning.
And we're gonna get a good crunch out of that too.
Enjoy.
I'll take all of these.
I'll take all of these.
Okay.
So the apples like the rain across Maine during growing season, which means now is the prime time to hit an orchard near you.
All right, the time now is 8:22.
Coming up after, oh no, it's time to get a look at the forecast. Here's Devin. I kind of lost my place for a minute there.
Alrighty, here we go. Happy Wednesday. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. Need the proper fit or experiencing foot pain? Visit us across from Irving and Newport. Alrighty, here we go. Some showers developing across the northeastern parts of the state this morning, tracking to the south and east. That will leave us alone. No, we will stay dry today with a partly cloudy sky. So if you're looking for reasons to get outside, you will have plenty of reasons today with high pressure nearby. So I'll keep the showers limited though, as that one shower in Caribou or near the Caribou area will be tracking away from us. We have this warm front to the north right now as well, helping to keep some warmer air nearby. But once this front begins to move through, our lives are going to be changing very quickly as temperatures will begin to fall soon. So futurecast moving forward, a partly cloudy sky will be the general idea for us today. Overnight tonight, we add some clouds and we'll add a lot of fog to the region as well. We'll hold on to the fog through Thursday morning, but the clouds will be lingering around for a while as well. I do think for the most part, we will stay dry throughout the day for your Thursday. By Thursday night, the clouds and fog will be lingering around yet again though. And then by Friday, the clouds continue to stick around. Here's Felipe right here now. A tropical storm right now with the latest update that is in with winds up to 45 miles per hour, moving towards the northwest at around 9 miles per hour. Now, why am I showing you this system? Because look where it's headed. It's going to be tracking off towards the north and west, maybe becoming an extratropical system with winds roughly at around 60 miles an hour or so as we head towards early Sunday morning. So we have several days to watch this system yet, but I want to draw your attention to it now as it does develop because it could cause some issues for us as we head towards early Sunday morning. But meanwhile, though, it was a warm one yesterday. Record high temperatures set in many locations, including Bangor, with high temperatures in the lower 80s yesterday. And now those records will now go into the record books. Our average high temperature should be 63 degrees for this time of the year. We'll do the upper 70s for us today, then the lower 70s Thursday and Friday, middle 60s Saturday and Sunday, lower 60s so Monday and also into your Tuesday. For today, upper 70s, partly cloudy. That south wind getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy cloudy areas and dense fog on the way. Lows in the middle 50s. And a south wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, here we go. Lower 70s, becoming mostly cloudy. And a south wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Comfort Shoes extended forecast. So here we go. We'll be mostly cloudy for the day on Friday with highs in the low 70s. Showers moving for the day on Saturday. Highs in the mid 60s. A mixture of some showers early, then some sunshine later on Sunday with highs in the mid 60s.
We've been in business for 31 years, and our employees and guests are like family. We've worked hard, and they've worked hard. That's why question 3 worries me. It puts our power grid in the hands of politicians. It costs $13.5 billion. That's billion with a B. Can you believe that? That could mean higher taxes for all of us. It's bad for our business, and it's bad for Maine. Question 3 is a risk Maine can't afford.
As we age, we want to keep our independent spirit. As Mainers, we want to live life our way. That means enjoying everything life offers us here in Maine. It means making choices that can help you live your best life. Choices like your healthcare coverage and your healthcare team, so you can be prepared for almost anything. United Healthcare and Northern Light Health are working together in Maine to help keep you healthier, so you can live life to the fullest. If you're eligible for Medicare, you may be able to enroll in a United Healthcare Northern Light Health Medicare Advantage plan today. Take the step to make sure you have the coverage you need to help keep you active and thriving as you age. Call United Healthcare at 1-800-203-7205 or visit uhcnewengland.com.
Kevin McCarthy was expecting to still be holding the gavel at the end of Tuesday. However, he was blindsided when he was stripped of his speakership. Republican Congressman Patrick McHenry of North Carolina is now the acting speaker, leaving lawmakers scrambling to find a permanent replacement. Fox News correspondent Rebecca Castor has more from Washington.
Kevin McCarthy making history, becoming the first House Speaker to be voted out of his leadership position.
I may have lost a vote today, but as I walk out of this chamber, I feel fortunate to have served the American people.
The congressional clash ending in a close vote of 216 to 210, with lawmakers pulling the gavel from House Speaker Kevin McCarthy.
It's hereby declared vacant.
The rare effort was led by Florida GOP Congressman Matt Gaetz, who accused him of breaking promises he made to win the top job back in January, and for leaning on Democrats to pass a funding bill to stave off a government shutdown.
I think that this represents the ripping off of the Band-Aid, and that's what we need to do to get back on track.
Following a tense debate on the floor, 8 Republicans crossed party lines to unseat the speaker.
This is not left versus right. This is not ideological. This is about someone that we can trust, someone who will keep their word, someone that the American people can really trust in this leadership position.
The very members who were advocating for regular order have today stopped regular order.
Due to the unprecedented nature of the outcome, the next steps remain uncertain. But one thing is for sure.
I will not run for Speaker again. I'll have the conference pick somebody else.
House members meeting separately behind closed doors to discuss a path forward.
I will vote 15,000 more times for Hakeem Jeffries.
I think there's a lot to be seen over the next few days because there's so much at stake right now.
Until a new speaker is selected, all House business is completely paralyzed. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Maine's 2 Democratic members of Congress were among those who voted to oust McCarthy.
Oh, breaking overnight, a mass shooting at a historically black university in downtown Baltimore. The campus was locked down for hours as police responded, and students were left terrified. ABC's Liz Landers is monitoring the situation and has the latest from Washington.
Overnight, gunfire erupting on the campus of Morgan State University in Baltimore. At least 5 people shot at the historically black college where students and alumni had been celebrating homecoming week.
She's just advising that the daughter texted her at 9:53 saying that they were shooting outside.
The victims include 4 males and 1 female, all sustaining non-life-threatening injuries. The incident began around 9:30 p.m. Students and staff ordered to shelter in place until an all-clear was given at midnight, and campus police responded.
Morgan State University police officers were on routine patrol on the campus when they heard discharges from a firearm.
Local law enforcement also descending on the scene, and the FBI offering assistance as well. The mayor of Baltimore making a plea for broader gun safety reforms.
We are dealing with, not just here in Baltimore, not just at Morgan State University, but across this country of the United States, an epidemic when it comes to guns and gun violence. And it's time for us to get serious about that.
No arrests have been made and no suspect has been identified. The university's president says that counseling services are available for students and that classes are canceled for today. In Washington, Liz Landers, ABC News.
The Pentagon is confronting China in the Pacific as America's allies coordinate with a series of joint military drills. Fox News correspondent Alex Hogan has more from London.
As military tensions intensify throughout the Pacific, the U.S. is kicking off a series of joint drills in the South China Sea, bringing together regional allies like Australia, Malaysia, and Japan for naval exercises off the Philippine coast, focusing on air defense, naval, and anti-submarine operations. The main goals: improving military cooperation and pushing back against China's claim to contested waters centered around the Spratly Islands.
Want and hope will not facilitate the peace that we desire. We cannot rely on those desires. It takes teamwork and it takes resolve.
These exercises follow similar drills held with South Korea back in August, underscoring a renewed American military commitment to the region. China strongly criticizing those moves and accusing the U.S. of disrupting what had been a peaceful status quo.
The South China Sea was at peace until the U.S. came to disrupt it. We urge the U.S. to stop meddling in the South China Sea and stop undermining peace and stability.
Meanwhile, lawmakers on Capitol Hill are trying a diplomatic approach. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer announcing a bipartisan congressional delegation to China, South Korea, and Japan next week. He says the focus will be on promoting America's economic and national security interests throughout the region.
We will work in the bipartisan fashion to continue to boost our national security and compete and counter the Chinese government's role throughout the world.
The joint drills in the South China Sea are expected to run through October 13th. In London, Alex Hogan, Fox News.
Coming up on the second half of the newscast, we'll hear from members of the Bangor Bad Omens, who are some lean, mean roller skating fiends who make up the latest local roller derby team.
That story and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Powerful all-wheel drive hybrid electric vehicles. Plug-in hybrid electric vehicles. Plus an all-electric SUV. Toyota is electrified, diversified, with more electrified all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models than any other brand. Like the all-electric BC4X with all-wheel drive and amazingly quick acceleration. See your New England Toyota dealer, your electrified all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
When you've experienced fire and smoke damage in your home, when pipes break and you have water everywhere, when you're concerned about your family's health because of mold, you need a friendly face to take care of it all. You need the friendly faces of Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. We're just a click or call away. Whatever life throws at you, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration is here for you. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories. We'll handle the rest.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Wednesday, October 4th, 2023. It is also National Taco Day.
That's good news.
Yeah.
The history of tacos can be traced back to the times of the Aztecs and Mayans. A conquistador from Spain was the first to send a letter back to a European country describing the native flatbread they would call a tortilla. Their popularity increased around the globe, and by 1914, California cookbooks had begun including taco recipes. You can now find dozens of different varieties. I always want to get my hands on some of the older cookbooks.
Yeah.
That's such a cool way to learn history.
Yeah. Carne asada, I was reading, the most popular taco filling at this point. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I have tacos at least once a week at my house. Some version of tacos, whether it's fish tacos or more traditional.
I like your habit of, putting leftovers in a taco.
Yeah.
That's so smart. Carne asada, though, when I get that, I don't put it in a taco. I just eat
the carne
forkfuls.
asada.
Yeah.
So good. Bunch of restaurants having special deals today, including margaritas up in Orono.
Yeah.
And your local taco purveyor.
Yeah.
Is that what I should say? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm not sure if Bangor ones such as Pepinos and Las Palapas and Miguel's are doing anything, but I love all of those places too. So maybe check it out and see.
Go eat some tacos today. It'll make you happy.
Yeah.
All right, on this day in history, in 1922, the entrance to King Tut's tomb was discovered in Egypt. In 1939, the first air-conditioned car was put on display at the National Automobile Show. In 1969, Sesame Street premiered on television, and in 1979, 90 people were taken hostage when militants took over the American embassy in Iran. They were held for 444 days until their release in January of 1981.
Nothing has really happened like that since then.
Yeah, crazy.
And in 2016, the Paris Climate Change Agreement went into force. It's an international pact to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and address world climate change. Birthdays today include actor Matthew McConaughey, he's 53 today. Actor Ralph Macchio is 61, and rapper Sean Diddy Coombs is 53. Actor Ralph Macchio, did he do much after Karate Kid?
He did Karate Kid parts 1 and 2.
Right.
It seems to me he did a couple other little things, then he kind of got out of it for a while. And now he's back with, what is it, Cobra Kai.
Oh, cool.
It's kind of like a later version of Karate Kid on Netflix. So
cool.
It's nice to see him still around, making some money doing his thing.
I've heard good things about Cobra Kai. I know being a child actor can be tough.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, let's check in with Devin Biggs. It looks like another beautiful day, maybe a little bit more cloud covered.
Good day to go toward the Thomas Hill Standpipe. Open today for the fall tour, I believe from around 3 to 6, maybe a little bit later. They open it up twice. They'll be opening it up today and next Wednesday for people who want to take fall tours.
I'm glad you remembered to share that. Good call. Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. Need the proper fit or experiencing foot pain? Visit us across from Irving and Newport. Alrighty, let's get into things this morning. We have some showers that are developing across the state this morning. They're tracking from the northwest going to the south and east. They'll miss most of our viewing area. We'll stay dry today as we'll see a lot of sunshine with just some clouds that will be developing from time to time. As we do zoom things out, this is all ahead of that boundary that's off to the north right now, helping to push in some warmer air. Today will be another warm day again after some record high temperatures that were set yesterday in the low 80s. So for today, roughly a partly cloudy sky. Overnight tonight, some fog and clouds will be building in, and the clouds will be lingering around as we head towards your Thursday. The winds won't be a huge deal either, roughly at around 5, maybe up to 10 miles per hour in a few spots. They may start to pick up just a little bit more as we head towards your Thursday. Sustained winds at least up to around 10 miles per hour or so. So for today, not too bad, upper 70s and a partly cloudy sky. That south wind getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Overnight, middle 50s, partly cloudy, areas of dense fog on the way. That south wind getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, lower 70s, mostly cloudy as those clouds will be lingering around. Maybe some fog early as well. That south wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, a partly cloudy sky, temperatures in the upper 70s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. Well, roller derby is spinning once again in the Queen City.
Our Jody Hersey takes us there.
Roller derby is a fast-paced, full-contact sport on roller skates.
Each team fields 4 blockers and 1 jammer, so that's 5 people from each team on the track at once for a total of 10. The jammers have a star on their helmet. they're the ones who are trying to break through the pack. Once they go around and start racking up the points, they gain those points by passing blockers.
Mallory Brunet says many of Maine's roller derby teams dissolved during COVID. Now, the sport is making a comeback.
It is a very inclusive environment. We take people of all genders, all gender expressions, all shapes, all sizes.
The Bangor Area Derby team called the Bad Omens practice Monday and Thursday nights at the UMA Bangor Fitness Center Gymnasium from 6 to 8 p.m. This week they've invited the public to those practices for an informal meet and greet where they're hoping to answer questions about the sport as well as attract new members, officials, and volunteers.
And it was nice to be able to try out gear, see how things fit, and just meet everybody.
Bad Omen members say no prior skating experience is required, but those interested will need their own equipment and have to pay membership dues, which include a $20 yearly fee to join and $40 a month for participation, all of which goes towards the cost of gym rentals. Members say it's a great way to exercise, have fun, and meet new friends with really cool roller derby names like Midnight Monstrosity and Tossum Blossom. Bangor speech therapist Sabrina Williams, who plans to join, already has the perfect roller derby name in mind.
Maybe Sabs of Steel. You can thank my husband for that one.
In Bangor, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Pretty neat.
I want to do it.
Yeah.
I want to. Okay. Well, if you're interested in learning more, you can attend Thursday night's meet and greet at the UMA Bangor Fitness Center from 6 to 8.
I could see you doing that. Tough with this schedule, though, because you have to get up so early in the
right.
morning. But,
I know.
yeah.
It does kind of rule things out. And if I were to get a black eye, that would kind of not work well here.
You know, show up with a couple of shiners on Monday morning.
Pretty cool, though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I could use the street cred.
Yeah.
Okay, when we return, Devin Dagnall tells us everything we need to know about Bangor's upcoming Sidewalk Art Festival.
We'll also hear about the upcoming Garlic Festival, too.
Yeah.
All kinds of things to tell you about as Good Morning Maine continues.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Looking for a convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. You know it. Now through October 13th, you can join for just $1 down, $10 a month. We've got over 2,400 locations with most open 24 hours. Join now to enjoy free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Whether you're new to a gym or a fitness pro, the judgment-free zone is the place for you. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. Cancel anytime. Deal ends October 13th. Oh yeah, that's the energy.
This or that, this or that. You can do this when you Angie that. You can do this when you Angie that. You can do this because Angie's where it's at.
Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Get started today at Angie.com.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Our first category is all-inclusive.
Pack your bags.
We're talking about a resort. There would be a cart that holds your luggage, a luggage cart. Luggage cart.
Dictionary.
The way Colton comes up with these things here at a resort, there are carts. There are carts that hold your luggage. There's a luggage cart.
Is a real trip.
Music. Piano keys. Piano keys. You're going to Canada.
Every weekday.
Weekdays at 10 on Fox 22.
It's NFL night on the Masked Singer.
It's time for the ultimate showdown.
That just happened. It's the weirdest night ever.
It's NFL night on an all-new Masked Singer tonight on Fox.
Downtown Bangor is getting ready for its Sidewalk Art Festival.
Devin Dagnall is live downtown with more information. Tell us all about it, Devin.
Thanks, Emma and Craig. I'm downtown at Narrows Gallery at Top of the Nine with Imka. How are you doing this morning?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. So, as I understand it, we're kicking off Arttober with a little something this weekend. Can you tell me about it?
Absolutely. We're here preparing for the Downtown Bangor Sidewalk Art Festival. It's happening this Saturday from 9 to 4, and we're so lucky to have Realty of Maine sponsoring this great event that's family friendly. It is rain or shine, so make sure you dress accordingly.
Okay, awesome. So, can you tell everyone at home what they can kind of expect with this art walk?
Yeah, absolutely. So we welcome over 40 vendors to the downtown area. We'll be here on Harlow Street, as well as some student artists. We are also lucky to have Bangor Savings Bank and the McGillicuddy Humanities Center from the University of Maine here sponsoring the student art tent, as well as live music from various artists, and just the ability to enjoy our great downtown here in Bangor.
Yeah, it sounds like there's going to be no shortage of things to do downtown this week, and with this much going on, it must cost something to check it out.
Oh, absolutely not. This is a free family event, and you can get into the Zillman Art Museum as well as see the art displays at the Bangor Public Library. This is really meant to be accessible for all our Bangor, Maine residents in the surrounding areas. So come on down.
Okay, so it sounds like the worst part might be the parking downtown.
Well, you know, parking can sometimes be an issue here in downtown Bangor. Remember, the bus system is running now on Saturdays, so if you have the ability to take the bus or park farther out and walk on down, there's great things to see walking through the waterfront. Our great flower displays are still looking beautiful after our summer of rain. There's a benefit to be had there. And you can stop and see the statues and other art that's around the area as you're meandering down for the art festival itself.
And what are you looking forward to this weekend?
I'm really looking forward to everything. I love live music. I love poking around any kind of art booth or vendor booth, and I think that it'll be great. The library, I do believe, has 4 new art displays on hand, so getting into the library and seeing what they have to offer, I think that's a gem that we have in downtown that many people don't realize is there.
Okay, so beyond this weekend, Arttober, can you tell me a little bit about it? It sounds like it's a whole month of celebrating Bangor's art.
Yeah, so I think Arttober has just become a great annual tradition here in downtown Bangor. While we don't have a series of like really structured events going on, we just encourage everyone to come downtown. We have art displays here at the Narrows Gallery here at Top of the Nine, the displays that happen in our local coffee houses around the area. Again, and there's always the Zillman and the Bangor Public Library to check out. So we'd love people to get down here and then start to see how things evolve as we move into the fall season and then into winter. No one wants to think of that, but we do have beautiful displays, including some new light installations and light shows that will be coming up this fall.
Okay. And what's the best way for everybody to get involved in Arttober?
Well, one, just venture downtown, right, so that you can experience what we're seeing. If you're curious to know about any more specific events, you can always visit the Downtown Bangor Facebook page or check us out online. And feel free to reach out to anybody. I know that the local businesses have been kept in the loop, so if you're curious, just ask. We also have posters and flyers up all over the place to advertise what's going on.
All right, so can everybody check it out on Downtown Bangor's Facebook page to keep up to date as well?
Yes, absolutely, and follow us on Instagram as well, so you can get your information a multitude of ways, and again, social networking great, in person or online.
Okay, awesome. Well, we'll send it back to you, Emma and Craig.
All right, when we return, we'll have an in-studio interview discussing the upcoming Garlic Festival at Lake George Regional Park. Don't go away.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
Mesothelioma is more than a ravaging illness. It is a disease that can ruin a family's finances and is never the victim's fault. The law offices of Joe Bornstein has been fighting and winning for Maine families for nearly 50 years, and we've collected over $500 million for injured Mainers. If you or a loved one is a victim of mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, call Joe today for a free case evaluation and to learn about your family's legal rights. Dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Tucson with America's best warranty. Now, get 2.99% APR for 60 months or up to $1,500 total savings on the Tucson. See your local Hyundai dealer today.
On the next Last Man Standing, Mandy thinks she's got what it takes.
They're having open auditions for America's Next Hot Teen Model here in Denver, and they're only expecting like 10,000 girls and 12 get in, so I'm pretty confident.
But goes too far when she decides to take it all off.
Where is your top? Nobody likes the photos.
I'd like it if you were in a turtleneck, not your hands.
You don't understand fashion.
I understand fashion has something to do with wearing clothes, but you aren't wearing any.
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
Who's the director of Lake George Regional Park. Joe, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
So what we're talking about this morning is something very cool and unique to Maine, the Garlic Festival this weekend. Can you tell us a little bit about this event?
Absolutely. Well, this is our 5th year.
Here, have a microphone. Yours isn't working.
Oh, thank you. Okay. I don't think anybody heard me. So can you tell us a little bit about the Garlic Festival coming up this weekend?
Well, certainly. This is our 5th year, 5th annual. We partner with an entity called Crazy for Garlic. We are Lake George Regional Park. And the festival is one of 2 of our major events that we do each year. They're fundraisers for the park. And of course it features garlic products, but we also have a whole array of live music, lots of different vendors, arts, crafts, local foods, that type of thing.
Gotcha. So, I mean, what types of crafts have to do with garlic?
Well, it's really more just the fall festival kind of thing.
Okay.
So local crafts and some artwork and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Gotcha. So all the food trucks kind of revolve around it.
Actually, we don't do any food trucks. We kind of put that on ourselves.
Okay.
Lake George will have a food tent with some of your basic types of festival food items. We also have what we call the fancy food tent. We're doing some shrimp dishes in garlic sauces, that type of thing. We have a wood-fired pizza oven that we bring in. So Skowhegan has a number of places that do some really nice pizza using local grains from Maine Grains.
Cool.
And so the Good Crust is a relatively new business in Canaan. They're coming in to run the wood-fired oven and provide some pizza.
Really local business coming in. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
It seems like this is really beneficial in a time where the tourist season may be winding down after swimming season kind of closes.
Well, definitely for the park. We see a drop-off after Labor Day, but of course Maine gets the leaf peepers, if you will.
Right.
And we've grown the event every year in the 5 years. We started on one side of the park, a little area we called the Island, and we've had to move it this year over to the east side of the park. The park is 2 sides with a lake in the middle.
Right.
And just to add a little bit more room because it's just grown every year.
That's good news.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear.
Yeah.
So is it admission to the park? Is that what gets you into the festival?
Well, we tweak it a little bit. We charge $5 a person to get in, so we keep the costs real low. And then, if you want to have food or whatever, that's kind of a la carte.
Of course.
That type of thing. But everything else just comes with it.
Cool.
So,
cool. Probably all local stuff, right?
absolutely. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. We've got a number of sponsors that help us out in terms of providing support to bring in the live music, et cetera.
Glad to hear.
Yeah.
Is this, excuse my ignorance, but is this like garlic harvesting time? Is that kind of what this has to do with?
Yeah. Garlic is one of those products that it's a late harvest. So we're celebrating the garlic harvest end of August.
Cool.
September through October, I think is the, I'm not the farm expert, but our partners, Crazy for Garlic, they're the experts on that. But
cool.
Yeah, they come to the table. It was a tough year for garlic, actually, due to the rain.
Yeah.
A lot of rain, and so. But
they like dry heat.
Yeah. But we'll have plenty of garlic at the festival.
Cool. So, website, where should people learn more?
MaineGarlicFest.com.
Straightforward.
So, yeah, very
cool.
straightforward. Yeah.
Daryl, thank you for joining us. My mic wasn't working this morning, but Daryl is the director of Lake George Regional Park.
Right.
Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
We'll send it over to Devin Biggs for our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, here we go. Happy Wednesday. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Comfort Shoes. Need the proper fit or experiencing foot pain? Visit us across from Irving and Newport. Alrighty, here we go. Some showers developing across the northeastern parts of the state this morning, tracking to the south and east. That will leave us alone. No, we will stay dry today with a partly cloudy sky. So if you're looking for reasons to get outside, you will have plenty of reasons today with high pressure nearby. So I'll keep the showers limited, though, as that one shower in Caribou or near the Caribou area will be tracking away from us. We have this warm front to the north right now as well, helping to keep some warmer air nearby. But once this front begins to move through, our lives are going to be changing very quickly as temperatures will begin to fall soon. So futurecast moving forward, a partly cloudy sky will be the general idea for us today. Overnight tonight, we add some clouds and we'll add a lot of fog to the region as well. We'll hold on to the fog through Thursday morning, but the clouds will be lingering around for a while as well. I do think for the most part, we will stay dry throughout the day for your Thursday. By Thursday night, the clouds and fog will be lingering around yet again, though. And then by Friday, the clouds continue to stick around. Here's Felipe right here now. A tropical storm right now with the latest update that is in with winds up to 45 miles per hour, moving towards the northwest at around 9 miles per hour. Now, why am I showing you this system? Because look where it's headed. It's going to be tracking off towards the north and west, maybe becoming an extratropical system with winds roughly at around 60 miles an hour or so as we head towards early Sunday morning. So we have several days to watch this system yet, but I want to draw your attention to it now as it does develop because it could cause some issues for us as we head towards early Sunday morning. But meanwhile, though, it was a warm one yesterday. Record high temperatures set in many locations, including Bangor, with high temperatures in the lower 80s yesterday. And now those records will now go into the record books. Our average high temperature should be 63 degrees for this time of the year. We'll do the upper 70s for us today, then the lower 70s Thursday and Friday, middle 60s Saturday and Sunday, lower 60s so Monday and also in your Tuesday. For today, upper 70s, partly cloudy. That south wind getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy areas of dense fog on the way, lows in the middle 50s. That south wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, here we go, lower 70s becoming mostly cloudy. South wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Comfort Shoes extended forecast. So here we go. We'll be mostly cloudy for the day on Friday with highs in the low 70s. Showers moving for the day on Saturday, highs in the mid 60s. A mixture of some showers early, then some sunshine later on Sunday with highs in the mid 60s.
Hi, I'm Tony Hafford from TC Hafford Basement Systems, the all things basement-y company. Basement waterproofing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. Since 1991, over 15,000 Maine homeowners have trusted TC Hafford Basement Systems to fix their basements. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basement-y.
Rowell's Garage has been serving customers in the greater Dover-Foxcroft region since 1946. Our goal is not just selling you a vehicle, but also giving you quality service to maintain your vehicle at peak performance. Browse our inventory online or in person. Whether it's a car, truck, or SUV, we can put you in the vehicle that is right for you. Sales, service, and parts. Rowell's Garage. Doing business the right way every day.
You are the hero of your own story, with the strength to get through even the hardest times. And every hero has their own set of challenges. If your journey is getting tougher, you can find tips, resources, and support that'll help you find your way to better wellness. With Strengthen Me, it's free, anonymous, and confidential. To continue your hero's journey, visit strengthenme.com or dial 211.
25 words or less.
Cereal bowl. Killer.
Catch eerie new episodes.
I love Lisa's response to cereal.
Killer. Do not have breakfast with Lisa.
Full of frightful fun.
Monster. Dracula.
Zombie.
Frankenstein.
And tons of treats.
A widower.
5 days a week.
You're going on with another $10,000. Wow!
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Phone and TV will blare an alarm this afternoon, but it's just a test. The Federal Emergency Management Agency will test the emergency alert system along with a message on the screen stating this is a test. FEMA says the test will begin around 2:20 p.m. Eastern Time and will be broadcast from cell towers for about 30 minutes. This is the third nationwide emergency test system alert and the second for all cell phones.
Around the country, yeah. So don't be too concerned. It's just a test. Want to make sure it's working right in case they ever really need to use it.
Right.
So.
If it bothers you, we're trying to give you a warning so that you can kind of hide your stuff, turn it off, and all the good stuff.
I remember the last time it came out, it did kind of concern some people because they didn't realize it was a test. So we're trying to give people plenty of warning this time.
Yep. All right. If you missed anything, you can head to foxbangor.com. I'll get those interviews posted shortly.
We hope you have a wonderful day, everyone.